Imagine two people. Both earn the same salary. Both start investing at the same time. Both watch the same finance videos. But 10 years later, one is financially free. The other is still stuck, living paycheck to paycheck, stressed about money, wondering, where did it all go wrong? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't fail because they don't invest. They fail because they get stuck on a level they don't even realize they're in. And the worst part? Most people never make it past level 2. We've been told a simple story about money. Work hard. Save money. Invest. Get rich. Sounds easy, right? But if that were true, why do most people never build real wealth? Why do people who earn more still feel broke? Why do some investors grow fast, while others stay stuck for years? It's because investing isn't just one thing. It's a ladder. And every level requires a completely different mindset. The mistake most people make: they try to win at level 5, while still thinking like someone at level 1. Level 0, survival mode. This is where most people actually start. You're not thinking about investing. You're thinking about paying rent, covering bills, making it to the end of the month. Money isn't a tool here. It's stress. It's pressure. It's survival. At this level, even hearing the word investing feels unrealistic. Because your brain is wired for short-term survival, not long-term growth. Psychologically, this matters. When your brain feels unsafe financially, it prioritizes immediate rewards, quick relief, avoiding risk. That's why people in this stage often spend impulsively, avoid saving, feel stuck in cycles. Not because they're bad with money, but because their environment forces them to think short-term. Level 1, the saver. This is where things start to change. You begin to think, I should probably save money. So you do. You start putting aside small amounts. Maybe in a bank account. Maybe in cash. And this feels like progress. Because it is. You're building your first financial habit. Delayed gratification. But here's the problem. Saving feels safe. So people get comfortable. Too comfortable. They think, at least I'm not wasting money anymore. But quietly, inflation is eating their savings. Their money is sitting still. And standing still in finance is actually moving backwards. Level 2, the beginner investor, where most people fail. This is the most dangerous level. Because this is where people think they've figured it out. They start investing. Maybe in stocks, crypto, funds. They watch videos, follow trends, listen to influencers. And they feel smart. Like they've finally entered the wealth game. But here's what actually happens. They treat investing like gambling with better branding. They chase hot stocks, quick gains, viral opportunities. They check prices every day. Every dip feels like panic. Every rise feels like genius. Emotion controls everything. And eventually, they make one of 3 mistakes. They panic and sell too early. They get greedy and hold too long. They jump between investments constantly. And slowly, they lose confidence. Not always money, but belief. They start thinking, investing doesn't work. But the truth is, they never actually learned how investing works. They were playing a different game. The psychology behind level 2 failure. This level is dangerous because it feeds your ego. You feel like you're doing something important. But your decisions are driven by fear of missing out, fear of losing money, desire for quick results. Your brain is still operating in short-term mode. Even though investing requires long-term thinking. It's like trying to grow a tree. Level 3, the disciplined investor. This is where the shift happens. Not in strategy, but in mindset. At this level, you stop asking, what should I invest in? And start asking, how should I behave as an investor? You realize, consistency beats timing. Time beats speed. Simplicity beats complexity. You stop chasing. You start building. Instead of reacting to the market, you follow a plan. You invest regularly. Ignore noise. And focus on the long term. This level feels boring. But boring is powerful. Because boring is repeatable. Level 4, the system builder. At this point, investing becomes automatic. You don't rely on motivation anymore. You build systems. Automatic investments. Budgeting habits. Clear allocation strategies. Money flows with intention. You're not guessing anymore. You're designing. And something interesting happens. You stop thinking about money constantly. Because your system is doing the work. Level 5, the wealth builder. Now we're playing a different game. At this level, investing isn't just about growing money. It's about creating assets. Building income streams. Leveraging time. You think in terms of ownership. Cash flow. Long-term value. You might invest in businesses. Real estate. Scalable assets. But the biggest shift. You stop trading time for money. Your money starts working harder than you. Here's the truth most people never realize. Each level requires you to become a different person. You can't think like a spender and build wealth. You can't think short-term and win long-term. And you definitely can't win at higher levels. If you're emotionally stuck at level 2, that's why most people fail there. Not because they lack information, but because they lack emotional control. They want fast results. But wealth is slow. They want certainty. But investing involves uncertainty. They want control. But markets don't care about feelings. So they quit. Or worse. They stay stuck. If you want to move forward, don't ask, what should I invest in next? Ask, what level am I actually on? Be honest. Because the wrong strategy at the wrong level will always fail. If you're at level 2, focus on ignoring noise. Sticking to a simple plan. Thinking long-term. If you're at level 1, focus on building savings habits. If you're at level 0, focus on stability first. Progress isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right thing for your level. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were doing everything right with money? Saving a bit. Investing a bit. Trying to be responsible. But somehow, you're still not moving forward. Like you're stuck in the same place, just with slightly better habits. That feeling is exactly what level 2 looks like from the inside. And most people never realize it. Level 2 is tricky. Because it looks like growth. You've moved past just saving. You've entered the world of investing. You're ahead of most people. And that creates a dangerous illusion. I'm on the right track. I just need more time. But here's the uncomfortable reality. Time doesn't fix bad behavior. It only magnifies it. If your investing decisions are emotional, more time just means more emotional decisions. If you chase trends, more time just means more chasing. If you panic, more time just gives you more chances to panic. So instead of growing, you stay stuck in a loop. A loop that looks like this. You invest, market moves, you react, you adjust, repeat. Over and over again. Let's take a simple example. Ollie just started investing. He watches finance videos every day. Learns about stocks. Understands basic concepts. He feels confident. So he invests in a trending stock. It goes up. He feels smart. See? I get this. Then it drops. He panics. Sells. Loses money. Next time, he hesitates. Misses an opportunity. Then jumps in late. And the cycle continues. Now here's the interesting part. Ollie isn't uneducated. He actually knows more than the average person. But knowledge didn't save him. Because his problem isn't information. It's behavior. At level 2, your biggest enemy isn't the market. It's your own psychology. Your brain is wired to avoid pain. Seek quick rewards. Follow the crowd. And the market exploits all three. When prices rise, you feel urgency. I'm missing out. When prices fall, you feel fear. I'm losing everything. When everyone is talking about something, you feel pressure. I should be part of this. And without realizing it, you're no longer investing. You're reacting. Here's a powerful way to understand level 2. It's like a casino. Not because investing is gambling, but because your behavior turns it into gambling. Think about it. You check your portfolio constantly. You get emotional highs and lows. You make quick decisions based on short-term changes. That's not investing. That's stimulus response behavior. And the more you engage with it, the more addictive it becomes. So how do people escape level 2? Not by finding better stocks. Not by predicting the market. But by making a simple, yet extremely difficult shift. They stop trying to win every moment. And start trying to win over time. This is where level 3 begins. At level 3, something changes internally. You stop asking, what's happening today? And start asking, where will I be in 10 years? This sounds simple. But it completely changes your behavior. Because now, daily price changes don't matter. News doesn't control you. Trends don't distract you. You start to see investing differently. Not as a game of timing, but as a game of patience. Imagine planting a tree. At level 2, you keep checking it every day. Pulling at the leaves. Worrying about growth. At level 3, you water it. Give it sunlight. And trust the process. You understand that growth is invisible at first, but powerful over time. Here's something most people don't want to hear. The best investing strategy is boring. It's consistent, repetitive, unexciting. No hype. No drama. No quick wins. And that's exactly why it works. Because most people can't stick to boring. They need stimulation. Action. Excitement. So they leave the strategy right before it starts working. At the end of the day, investing isn't about being smarter than everyone else. It's about being more consistent than your past self. Because wealth isn't built in big moments. It's built in small decisions, repeated over time. So if you feel stuck, that's not failure. It's feedback. A signal that you're ready for the next level. But only if you're willing to change how you think. Because the people who win with money aren't the ones who move the fastest. They're the ones who stay in the game long enough to grow. And the moment you stop playing emotionally is the moment you finally start moving forward.